Yo, yo, yo. What's up, y'all? 2021. Happy New Year. Rod here. Back at it with another episode of Rod's Radio. Episode 5 to be exact. Right now I'm back on campus. I'm back at my school. Back at North Central. Back to practicing for basketball. So I'm in a good mood. I hope y'all are too. We gonna dive into basketball. A lot of stuff has happened. We're coming up week 2 in the NBA. Everybody's overreacting, in my opinion. Everybody's doing too much. Everybody's jumping to conclusions. They're putting teams down too quickly and putting teams up too quickly. So, with that being said, let's get right into it. Starting off first, the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, Golden State. It's rough for them, man. It really is. A very rough start to begin the season. And everybody's pointing the fingers at everybody. Whose fault is it really? Right now they're 2-3. In their 2 wins, they have won by 1 point and 10 points. In their 3 losses, they've gotten blown out. They lost by 39, 26, and last night they lost by 25. Steph Curry last night, 26 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 for 12 from 3. Not bad. I don't think he's shooting the greatest that he has in the past. He's not shooting terrible, but he's not shooting to what we thought he would be doing this season. And that could be for a lot of reasons. He's coming off injuries, coming off a long-ass offseason. What is he supposed to do? And the pieces around him, man. Andrew Wiggins last night, 15 points, 5 for 12. It's decent. Kelly Oubre, 10 points, 4 for 12. Come on, Kelly. You're way better than that, man. James Wiseman, 8 points, 2 for 8. Only shot the ball 8 times. Top 2 pick, and you're shooting the ball 8 times. I praised James Wiseman on this podcast before. You guys heard it. But golly, he's just a rookie. What do you want me to say? But he's got to step it up. No ifs, ands, or buts. Draymond Green played last night. 0 points. 0. What in God's name is Draymond doing? I get it's a new system. Just because there's new players around you. Not as many shooters as you would like. But 0? You were an all-star in this league and you're scoring 0. 0 points. He played 17 minutes. Y'all think if I played 17 minutes, I'm getting 0 points? Questionable. Very questionable. They play deep. They play a lot of guys. The point is, Steph Curry and the Warriors, I think they'll bounce back. I do. I'm not taking back what I said. What I said still stands. I'm not going to go back on my word. When you got Damian Lillard dropping 34 against you, when you got CJ McCollum dropping another 28, when you got Carmelo Anthony putting in his 18, that's hard to beat the Blazers when they're all scoring. It is hard. They're still an 8 seed, but it's hard. Not only are the players being accused of the reason why they're losing, I think it's time to look at the coach. I said it. Let's look at Steve Kerr. Let's start looking at Steve Kerr. The Warriors being bad is more so exposing Steve Kerr as an overrated coach than it is Steph Curry being an overrated player. People are saying Steph Curry's not top 5 no more. Steph Curry's not like that. He's not even top 10. What? Are you kidding me? Best shooter of all time? Come on now. Best point guard in the league? Yeah. Best point guard in our league. Yeah. Better than Damian Lillard. Better than Luka. Don't give me that nonsense that Steph Curry is not the best point guard in the league anymore. Don't do that. I think the Warriors will bounce back. I think now it's time to start looking at these player coaches. Former players that are now coaches. Steve Kerr could be the first. He was put in a situation to win, had great players with him, won championships, and look at them now. They're only 2-3. Only 2-3. So we shouldn't be concerned, but I think it's time to start looking at him as a coach. I think it is. Because last year they struggled too. They were a lottery team. They got the second pick. You got Steve Nash in Brooklyn. Brooklyn's 3-3 right now. Like I said, they weren't going to win 50 games. Like I said. But it's only this. We're 6 games in. So it's hard to make predictions, and it's hard to make judgments right now. It is. But luckily you guys have me, the smartest man in basketball. I'm here to give you the truth. And Steve Nash might be one of those coaches. Make Steve Nash the coach of the Knicks. Let's see what he does as a coach. Instead of putting these player coaches in winning situations, let's start putting them in challenging situations. I saw something interesting online, and it said the Warriors made a deal with the devil. You know, they got 3 championships and 5 finals in exchange for Boogie's quad injury, KD's Achilles, Steph's hand, and Klay's ACL and Achilles. That's what happens when you win championships. In the Warriors' case, that's what happened. It's unfortunate that that had happened. Really unfortunate. Because if the Warriors were fully healthy right now, they'd be a threat to win the championship. They would. With Klay Thompson, second best shooter of all time, they got ammo in Golden State. They just got to put it in the gun. That's all they need to do. So I have faith in them. I do. One team that's starting to cook up something are the Houston Rockets. They're great, man. The Houston Rockets are great. They're a fun team to watch. They are. I'll admit it. You know, I've been saying that James Harden should stay in Houston. After they're playing right now, granted they only got 1 win. They've only played 3 games. But look at this. The top 3 highest scoring duos right now, you know who number 1 is? James Harden and Christian Wood. They're averaging 62 a game. That's more than Kyrie and KD. That's more than Tatum and Brown. That's more than AD and LeBron. Got to give them their props, man. James Harden loves playing with big men. That's where he thrives. When Clint Capella was in Houston, what would happen? They would pressure James Harden. James Harden takes him off the dribble, drives, just throws it up. Boom, alley-oop. That's exactly what's happening with Christian Wood. Christian Wood's averaging like 25 right now. Kid's a beast. I never heard of him before Houston. I'll admit it, but the kid has an aspiring story, man. He does. I saw a photo online of him crying because he went undrafted. He was supposed to be a top 15 pick. And he says that day, he lost his girlfriend as well. Imagine going undrafted, thinking you were going to get drafted, and also losing your girlfriend at the same time. Man, that's so tough, man. That is. If my girlfriend left me when I didn't get undrafted, I don't know if I want to play basketball anymore. I don't. But at the same time, I would do what he did. Use it as motivation. He's in his 6th team in 5 years. He was cut by the Sixers to make room for Elton Brand. Waived by the Bucks so they could sign Paul Gasol. Let go by the Pelicans to free up a roster spot. And then he finally beat out Joe Johnson for the Pistons' final roster spot and signed a non-guaranteed contract. Non-guaranteed contracts are scary, man. They are. You don't know if you're going to get that money. You got to let your game talk. And he let his game talk. In free agency, signed a 41 3-year deal with the Rockets. He's great, man. He's great. That's proof that hard work pays off. That's overcoming the odds. OTO, baby. I got a clothing brand coming up, releasing this month, called OTO Worldwide. Y'all can follow on Instagram at Overcome the Odds. Y'all can follow on Twitter at OTO Worldwide. Y'all make sure to sign up for updates. I'll be sending out updates very soon on OTOWorldwide.com. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. Back to the Rockets. They're great, man. They're great. They got potential. John Wall doing his thing. I saw John Wall get a fast break dunk. Finally. Haven't seen that in 2 years, man. I'm happy for him. John Wall, James Harden, Christian Wood, DeMarcus Cousins, and the three-point shooting they got, they're dangerous. They are dangerous. Let's see how far they go. You know, I saw James Harden got in a scuffle in practice with a rookie. I saw them during the game. They were happy for each other, man. Giving high fives. Giving each other hugs. That's the one thing about basketball, man. Y'all can get into it. Y'all can fight, shout, scream at each other. But at the end of the day, that's just competitiveness. That's what you just need to do in order to win. And they both understand that. And that's a winning culture. Those type of things is what builds teams' chemistry. That helps you win championships. Can James Harden lead this team all the way? I don't think so. Not this year. There's too much firepower in LA. And I'm not talking about the Clippers. Y'all know who I'm talking about. They're 1-2. I don't expect them to have a losing record this year. I don't. But one team that's starting to concern me. Miami. What's going on, man? what's going on with Miami. Miami has been getting blown out lately. Blown out. I believe they didn't have Jimmy Butler against the Bucks one game, and they got spanked. That's kind of understandable because Jimmy Butler brings a lot to the table. But at the same time, losing by 50? The Bucks were shooting lights out, though. They were. I believe they got the NBA record now, like 29 threes. The Bucks can't shoot like that consistently. They do got good shooters, though. They do. You know, sometimes that just happens in basketball. Sometimes the team just makes a lot of shots. Nothing you could do, really. Y'all can play the best defense in the world, and they're still making that shots. After a while, it takes a toll on you. You might want to stop playing because y'all getting your ass spanked. But at the same time, you got to be competitive. It's your job. Fans are watching you at home, but still. Miami's game versus the Mavericks, the Heat only had 53 points heading into the fourth quarter. 53 points. That is, wow. And they only lost by 10. They lost 93 to 83. Ain't that something? It's just crazy, man. It's crazy what Miami's doing. Bam had 19 and 11. Solid. Duncan Robinson had 5. Played 33 minutes. 1 for 8 from 3. Tyler Hero with 11. Jimmy Butler played 26 minutes last night and only had 2 points. 2 points, Jimmy Butler. 2 points from someone who I think could have been in the MVP conversation last year. 2 points? I vouch for you, Jimmy. I do it all the time. Last year, I said from the beginning, you were a top 10 player. I've been saying that. I've always said you're better than Paul George. Always. Paul George is balling right now. I still think he's not going to show up in the playoffs. But what are you doing, Jimmy? What are you doing? I got love for you, Jimmy. I got love for you. You know you need to step it up. That's why I'm not going to go too deep into it. Because I know who Jimmy Butler is. I know he's going to step up. I have faith in Jimmy Butler. He got this, man. He do. You know, I love what Avery Bradley brings to that team. I do. 15 points, and he's a defender. He didn't have no steals and blocks last night. It's just one of those games, man. Just one of those games. They'll bounce back. I'm concerned, but they're going to bounce back. Kendrick Nunn in the game for 6 minutes. Kendrick Nunn didn't record a statistic. Had 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Had nothing. I mean, it's only 6 minutes, but still, nothing. I didn't watch the 6 minutes he played. So, maybe it was end of quarter type shit. Miami's going to bounce back. I have faith. They'll bounce back. With the NBA starting up, you know, there's a lot of people scoring a lot of people not scoring a lot. But one thing that ticked me off, man, one thing that really pissed me off is what Kendrick Perkins had to say about the Boston Celtics. I think Jaylen Brown just dropped 42 a couple games ago. And Kendrick Perkins had the audacity to go on live television, and say that Jaylen Brown is the best player on the Boston Celtics. If you don't believe me, hear it for yourself.
All due respect to Jayson Tatum, I'm a huge fan of Jayson Tatum. I think he's a rising star in this league. But so is Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is the best player on the Boston Celtics, best all-around player. And now the only edge that Jayson Tatum had over Jaylen Brown was his ability to get buckets. Jaylen Brown has took that next step. It's nothing Jaylen Brown can't do offensively that no one else can do in the league. He has 0 flaws in his offensive game.
I mean, come on, man. Seriously? Kendrick Perkins, funny guy. With his old head sayings and his carry on. Not the most skilled big man in the world. In his prime, he could defend. He can get dirty down low. But the shit he's saying right now is just beyond me. In what world is Jaylen Brown better than Jayson Tatum? In what world? You want Jaylen Brown taking the last shot? You want him taking the last shot over Jayson Tatum? Is Jaylen Brown the ISO player that Jayson Tatum is? No. Does he have a better jumper than Jayson Tatum? No. Is he a better defender than Jayson Tatum? Yeah. But that's it. I said in the previous episodes that the Boston Celtics were going to have to make a decision. They were going to have to make it known whose team it is. And I think a comment like that from Kendrick Perkins will rub Jayson Tatum off the wrong way. And Jayson Tatum will go out now and try to be like, oh, you think it's his team? Well, I'm about to shut that shit down. Maybe that rubs Jaylen Brown off the wrong way. Are those two going to butt heads? I don't know. I think they have great chemistry. I do. But at the same time, comments like that, man, they just got both contracts. I don't know. I wouldn't bet that they stay together long term. I wouldn't bet. At the end of the day, I believe Jayson Tatum is better than Jaylen Brown. I do. With everything going on in the NBA, you might think, wow, I'm looking at these standings, what teams are doing well, what teams are doing bad. It's starting to look like Jacob isn't reliable. It's starting to look like Jacob doesn't know what he's talking about. It's starting to look like Jacob's picks were all wrong. We're 6 games into the season. 6 games. Don't try to tell me I'm wrong. Because I will debate you. And I will out-debate you. Because I know the game. I know what's going on. And trust me, fellow listeners, trust me. All my picks are going to be right at the end of the season. All of them. It may not look like it right now, but trust. We're going to be all right. All my picks and standings and yada, 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 they're all going to be straight. Jimmy Butler and the Heat are going to turn it around. The Warriors are going to turn it around. The Pistons are going to turn it around. The Nets are going to fold. The Clippers are going to fold. Nuggets will turn it around. The Mavericks are starting to turn it around. The Phoenix Suns being the top team in the NBA right now. They're 5-1. They're not going to finish with the 1 seed. I don't know why everybody's tripping with that. I love Phoenix right now. I do. They're great right now. They are. Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Mikal Bridges, Chris Paul, Cam Johnson. They're going crazy right now. So I think we just give it time and just let things sink in. And in due time, J-Rod's always right. That will wrap it up for this week's episode. I know it was short. You know, I got basketball, just trying to fit everything in. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Remember to follow me on Instagram at Rods_radio and Twitter at Rods_radio. That's at RODS_RADIO. Next episode will be out Tuesday. I hope you guys had a happy new year. Looking forward to 2021 and everything new that's going to happen. I got a lot of stuff planned for y'all, and I'm very excited to share it with you guys. So have a nice day. And with that being said, I just got one thing to say. Rod out.